This was the very first photo taken on my first DSLR camera, the Nikon D5300. Looking at this photo for the first time, it doesn't really draw your attention. You know, it's just me in a moving motion. The photo was taken by my cousin. Nothing really is exciting there. But for me, in this exact moment, I was full of excitement. I remember waiting for the delivery driver to deliver this camera. I remember tearing open the box. I remember just being so excited, ready to take pictures and do video. This one simple picture of this one just frozen frame in time is much more than art. It's much more than a picture.
Kodak, maker of
history of British photography.
They wanted a history of photography.
If we could study what was done before, then it should help us on our pathway to where we want to be headed.
These lenses cause parallel light rays.
Eastman eventually discovered plastic roll film.
We're literally flying across the country to take one photo.
Have you ever wondered what the earliest known surviving photograph looked like? Taken by Joseph Nicephore Niepce in 1826 or 27, he took this photo from his apartment window in the Burgundy region of France. Then there was James Clerk Maxwell, making the first color photograph in 1861. He took 3 pictures of a multicolored ribbon, each taken through a filter. One was blue, one was green, and one was red. In today's society, both of these photos will end up right alongside mine, though it would seem. These 2 photos are historic moments that led the way for all photographers and videographers, and my very first photo.
Don't worry, I'm a professional.
Photography has the power to...
Good photography has the power.
The power to undo your assumptions about the world.
Change your perspective on life.
And surprise people with something that they had no idea existed.
Inspire, horrify.
Stop time for a moment.
There's an incredible passport to people's lives.
Images are so powerful that they can change the course of people's lives. They can change the course of history.
Photography can change the world.
My name is Maurice Fleming. I consider myself a content creator and a photographer. For me, photography didn't come till later in my life, like after I graduated high school and when I got into college. It was like my second semester of my freshman year. My very first professional camera that I got was the Nikon D5300. I got that camera at the beginning of 2017, and the most memorable photo that I took with that camera, I don't really have one in particular, but I just think all the photos that I was taking when I first got the camera were probably so memorable, because I was just taking photos of everything and anything that crossed my path. You know, I was taking pictures of the jewelry that I have, the walls, the floor, leaves, buildings, anything that I saw that was necessary for a photo. Even though the photos they're not that good, they're kind of trash, but I was just taking photos of everything. I think that's just the most memorable photos with that camera was when I first ever got the camera. Photos are more than just pictures or seen as art, because the photos themselves are basically a piece of you of a moment frozen in time. We see them as memory, and they're just like treasure. We don't want people to mess with them. We don't want anything to happen to them. And the reason behind every shot is unique to every person. And what I mean by that, so if me and someone else were to take the same photo of the same thing, same angle, everything, my reasoning may be different from their reasoning. And that's what it comes down to. Every single photographer has their own reason why they're behind the camera. Photography to me is a way for us to express our art, to express our feelings, but it's more than that. I see it as an escape. I see it as a way for me to meditate. And what it has done for me is kind of beyond how other people might see it. You know, at a time when I was low, you know, I would just go out. I needed to clear my mind, so I would go out and take pictures, and tons of pictures. And I would come back, and there would be pictures that were good, and there would be pictures that were bad. And the ones that were bad, I was just like, I didn't really know what to do with them. I didn't want to delete them. I didn't want to do anything like that, because like, it's like I said, they're like treasure. Even the ones that are bad, like there's treasure that, you know, I'm pretty sure pirates may have found, and it's like, I'm never gonna wear that, but we'll keep it. You know, it will sell, basically. So that's kind of the way that I see myself taking photos. So what I would do is I would just keep those photos, but use them for something else, and that's basically what happened. So I wanted to do more than just point and shoot. I wanted to go above and beyond. So I remember it was the summer of 2018, I believe. I started to experiment with doing all these weird things. And you can really consider them to be abstract or some form of artsy, I guess, but abstract is probably the word, because they're so bizarre. And I would take these photos, the ones that were just bad, and I would mash them with other photos that just really didn't have a use. One of those really, or I would just take a photo and then mash that bad photo with that photo. So a good example of that would be, I remember I took a picture of my glasses, and there was this photo of Lexington Square that I really wanted to use and share, but I was just like, I don't know, to me it didn't look good by itself. So I ended up mashing the two together to kind of give like this little artsy, abstract way of how I wanted to express the square. You know, this is how I saw the square, but if I were to just post it by itself, it would just be disgusting, in my opinion. So to see it through my eyes is basically what I was going for. And I started to do that more and more, where I just would clash pictures and just go crazy. And there was one photo in particular that I did this, but it was a way for me to super cope. I was so, I don't know why I was like feeling this way, but I was like really, really down, and I was just like, I need something to do. So I don't know why, by the time I was thinking about waterfalls, but I was like, I can't go to a waterfall. I don't have that type of access right now. So I thought outside the box, and I had like this little toy camera, this little keychain camera. I have a ton of them actually, and they make noises when you click on it. It's disgusting noises, but I was like, so let's utilize this little camera, okay? And I took the photo in the living room back at my mom's place, and like I said, waterfall. So I was like, so let's combine this with the waterfall and make it something cool, make it something dope. And doing that, you know, just doing little things like that really helps me get back to where I belong and out of like that low state. And that's what photography has done for me, and I'm pretty sure it's like that for other people too. I feel like with any other thing out there, there's just a lot of things that people use to cope and use to like clear their minds, and photography for sure is one of those things. And I don't think I can ever think of a time where it just didn't help. Like I would just go out, take pictures, and it would help me with every issue that I was going through at the time. It was just gonna help me clear it. It would help me clear those issues for sure.
Photography is more than just taking pictures. It's more than just pointing a camera and shooting. There are all these different types of categories for photography. You have landscape, you have sports, street, wildlife, fashion, travel, food, and the list goes on and on. Looking close enough, you begin to see that within all these categories of photography, we all have very little things in common, besides the tool that we use. We all have different reasons why we use the instrument and what it means to us.